I'm Helen Neve. Today we're presenting a short film about how to bring more nature into your garden. And this film is part of Harrogate Community Lockdown Fest. And it's to celebrate the bank holiday, even though I'm filming this in May 2020, which will be forever remembered as the bank holiday we all had to spend shut in our homes because of the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm from a small family business called Make It Wild. We're based in the Harrogate area and I'm speaking to you from Nidderdale. One of the things we do to give space back to nature, which is what we're all about, one of the things we do is plant thousands of trees. And in fact, we've pledged to plant 100,000 trees this decade as part of the Northern Forest. And you can see just a few of them here near Summerbridge in Nidderdale. If you enjoy this film, we'd be really grateful if you could make a small donation to a charity that we support. The charity is Rainforest Concern. We've supported them for a long time and they're a very small charity which do amazing work to protect the rainforest. They buy pieces of rainforest and they pay rangers and guards to protect the rainforest. If we don't have the rainforest, we really are not a functional planet anymore, so this is very important to us. That's Rainforest Concern. Thank you. I'm going to tell you 3 easy ways to bring a bit more nature to your garden. The first is be a bit untidy, maybe don't mow the lawn. The second is to introduce some water into the garden. And the third is to sow a few wildflower seeds. And I'm going to give you a little bit more detail about each of those now. First of all, we're going to talk about daring to be a little bit untidy in your garden, and the wildlife will love it. I'm speaking to you from our eco-friendly holiday cottage in the heart of our nature reserve just outside Summerbridge in Nidderdale. You can see that we have lots of plants which might be considered to be a bit overgrown, but actually the bees and insects really love them. And I'm going to next show you the lawn. And as you'll see, we've left some dandelions in the lawn. You might think of them as weeds, but we think of them as wildflowers, and bees and hoverflies and other pollinating insects really love dandelions, and that's why we tend to leave them during May. And if we mow the lawn to make it look a bit more respectable, we wait until June. We're just going to show you a couple of the flowers that might grow in your lawn if you leave it. This is a speedwell. Here's a bluebell, and as you can see it's a white bluebell, but these might naturalise in your lawn, especially if you live near some woodland. The leaves next to it are going to develop into a foxglove, and that's also something you might find growing in your garden if you live near any woodland. Here are some forget-me-nots, which are a common wildflower that again you might find in your lawn if you don't mow it. Another thing you can do on the theme of untidiness is to leave some old wood or logs or anything like that you have just in the garden to rot down. And invertebrates and insects and beetles and their larvae will come and live there and be really grateful that you've given them a home. At Heatherley, our eco-friendly cottage, we actually have a sign so the guests will understand why we're leaving this area a bit wild. Hope you like our sign. Now we're going to talk about introducing water into your garden. If you have the space for it, the best thing you can do for wildlife is to dig a pond. Come with me. This is a cuckoo flower, and it loves to grow in damp grass, and in fact we got some of these in our lawn at home last year because we didn't mow our lawn. It's a really pretty flower. This is a wildlife pond we've dug in a nature reserve, but you don't have to do anything like this scale. I'm going to show you an easy way to introduce some water into your garden. So really any amount of water is useful for the wildlife in your garden. And here we've made a tiny little pond in an old sink. And that's really all the water you need. We only did this about a week ago, so it's still looking fairly fresh, but it will get algae and it will start to look a bit more natural. This is useful for insects. A lot of insects have a waterborne larval stage. It's also good for birds to come and drink. And you might even get tadpoles, or if you're lucky you might get newts in your little pond. So you can do this with anything that holds water, even an old washing up bowl. Ideally sink it into the ground like we have here. One important thing that you can see that we've done here is make some steps in case a hedgehog or some other creature falls in. So that's a sink pond and an easy way to introduce some water to encourage the wildlife into your garden. We've talked about leaving your lawn unmowed and leaving your garden a little bit untidy, and we've talked about introducing water into your garden. Finally, we're going to talk about sowing some wildflower seeds. A really easy way to do that is using flower bursts, which are little seed bombs made of Yorkshire wildflower seeds, and we have them for sale on our website, and they're on special offer as a special treat during lockdown. The flower burst seed bombs come in a little floral cotton pouch, which is made from upcycled cotton fabric. If you don't need it anymore, you can actually compost it, so it's a really zero waste gift. Inside the bag you'll find these little nuggets, and they are Yorkshire wildflower seeds and organic compost, and I'm going to show you how to use them. You can simply throw them on some bare earth, and some of our customers actually throw them out of their car window, which is fine, and that's guerrilla planting. But what I'm going to do here, just next to our little sink pond, is actually show you the other way to do it, which is simply to crumble one of these nuggets in your fingers. So I've just actually wet this slightly just to crumble it into the individual seeds. There's 23 different species of wildflowers in here, so I'm just going to crumble it a little bit. Some of the seeds are very tiny and some are a bit bigger. I might probably need this a little bit wetter, and I've just seen a freshwater shrimp swimming around in our wildlife sink pond, but I don't think we'll be quick enough to film it. So I'm literally just going to sprinkle the seeds on some fairly fine soil like this. Later I'll water it, and then hopefully soon we'll have some lovely wildflowers, and the insects will love it. So this nearly brings us to the end of our film. We've talked about leaving your garden a little bit untidy, maybe don't mow the lawn. We've talked about introducing some water to your garden. And finally, we've talked about sowing wildflower seeds. And an easy way to do that is using our Make It Wild flower bursts. They are available on our website, and as I said, they're on special offer. That's our website address, www.makeitwild.co.uk. If you enjoy wildflowers, we've got another special offer on our website. We have a species spotter sheet, which is a 4-page activity sheet with a beautiful photograph and an interesting fact about over 30 species of tree and wildflower. And it's perfect if you're doing your daily walk and you want to encourage your children to love nature. Here's the code which will give you that spotter sheet absolutely free. Go on our website, search for spotter, and then at the checkout enter in this code, free spotter, and you will get our species spotter sheet absolutely free as a special lockdown offer. If you've enjoyed our film, we'd love it if you donate to the Rainforest Concern. That's their website address here. We've made this film as part of Harrogate Community Lockdown Fest. I'm Helen from Make It Wild, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about Make It Wild and about bringing nature to your garden, have a quick look at the other films on our channel. We have a professionally made film telling the story of Make It Wild, about how we started and about what we do. And there's another short film about building a bug hotel, which is another way to bring more wildlife into your garden. So you know what to do, like and subscribe.